Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. For anyone who is just stopping by for the first time, my name is Chris, aka Cryptoglyphics, and this is my channel, Logical A Meets World. So, last week I went on a big trip. All trips are big for me, but this was a road trip to a neighboring state, Oklahoma, where I attended a post-apocalyptic event called Atomic Falls. Now, I hadn't been to Atomic Falls in several years, and to my absolute amazement, many people from other tribes recognized me, and they approached me, and they said that it was really good to see me, and that they had missed me. And in the real world, not an event like this. This is not something that I'm used to. And so at first I really wasn't sure what to do with it all. It was good. It wasn't bad. I'm not complaining, but it was something very, very big for me, which is why I'm doing this video the way I'm doing it. A couple of videos ago, I really kind of just had to just get out things that were bothering me about what is going on in the world, and how closed off and divided and unapproachable, very limited, the way so much of the world has become. And to go to an event like this and meet other neurodivergent people, other autistics, people with ADHD, dyslexia, things like that, all converged in an event. For me personally, this was probably one of the longest stretches of just not masking, really just letting myself be and come through. If that makes sense. And so at the end of it, while it was fun, I did take away some really big lessons from it. One, that the more I was able to just be me, in spite of all of my traits and what you might call weirdness or oddities, I don't. They're just who I am. It was something very refreshing. I had been to other events, but I'd still been rather reserved. But this time, after spending over a year just working on myself constantly, it was altogether different. And so I am taking everything that I experienced there, and I am going to, over the next several months, really try to incorporate those moments into my everyday life. Now, for me, this is going to be kind of daunting. It's very big, even though to many people it might not seem that way. But I am going to do that anyway, because I liked being able to just let me kind of flow out. It was very accepted. People were very receptive for a change. And so now, I guess I need to go on this bigger quest to find more places in the real world where everything about me can be understood and accepted. So that is kind of it on that part. Now, everyone there at the event is really commonly and foundationally focused on it's after the world has collapsed and people gather in different places. They make a lot of their own gear, have a lot of their own kind of cobbled together vehicles, And it is an altogether different thing. There are places, where people trade and barter, and the way they live is the way you live out there is very rough. There aren't conveniences and things like that for the most part. And it's something that me personally, I think everyone should go out and experience just once. But the bigger part is that every type of personal belief and background, and no matter how idealistic you are about certain things, everybody there was there for a common purpose and perspective. And so in spite of everything that was different about people there, their point of views or their beliefs, it didn't matter. Everybody was there to engage in that environment, at the event. And that's the most important part, was being able to share things in and around the event. And it didn't matter who you were. And to me, this is something that I would like to take into the rest of the world, because it is so lacking and so missing. When I make friends, I do not make friends in a group setting. I make friends based on one-to-one. And I do it that way because there is no, I don't want people thinking on one aspect, or myself to be thinking on the aspect of, there are going to be some things that I may have to go along with, any type of peer pressure things, or things that if I want to continue to associate, that I have to buy in or agree, or things like that, even if I don't. And it takes away from self, which means, to do that is essentially you have to mask what's really going on, where you're at personally. And I do that already enough when I go into the world. And I'm not the only one. And it's what I really took away from the event that I think is so important, that when I make a friend, it is in spite of what they believe, what they think about things, about any parts of the world or environments or anything like that. The big thing is, what they think and what they believe is not the essence of who they are. And logically speaking, which is where I live, in logic, it just makes sense. And for me, it's very easy to understand that what people, the essence of a person is not at the surface level. I've probably mentioned this a lot, either in my Twitter account or here, that what is inside the person, that when you take the time to let them, to gain trust and to become comfortable, to allow what's inside to present itself, when you can get to those parts, in spite of what is different on the surface or what is different in thought, that to me is where a long-lasting bond of friendship happens. I don't see a lot of that. And while I do use social media because it is much easier to talk to more people by typing things out and sending and replying, than it is to be in the real world, in groups and gatherings. I find that words get lost. Words stay too much on the surface. And when people read words, they have assumptions or form opinions based on people they have never seen, that they've never had an in-depth talk with, that they just don't actually know. And if thoughts and opinions are where people are stopping now, then how does anybody get to really know anybody? This is everything that I've been thinking about since I got back from the trip. And I was not sure how to, one, really convey this in video form, and two, those 4 days really took it out of me. Monday, Tuesday, and most of Wednesday, I was really just huddled with my wife and dog and my cats, and I just wasn't ready to get back into the swing of things. In fact, normally I can manage grocery shopping by myself, but I insisted that she go with me because I was still very overloaded. Now, being gone like that used to be way worse for me. It used to take me a lot longer to recover. But I am very happy that I have managed to shorten that time. And I'm really hoping to make the recovery time, the reset time I need, a little shorter, but I'm not going to push that. I'm working on just trying to get a little better each day, like each one of you. So I'm going to close the video here, but before I do, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you like this video, please give it a like. If you are interested or fascinated, or both, by topics about autism, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel and ring the bell so that you can be notified when more videos are uploaded. Lastly, if you're not really into groups, it's fine. When you form friendships, I'd be curious myself as to how you form them. And also, if you're on the spectrum or neurodivergent, I'd also be curious as to how long you get to know someone before you actually begin to unmask or allow more of what's different to kind of come through. And also share with me what's been the worst kind of rejection when you have done that. I'm going to do a future video on that because I think it's important to address. Anyway, I want to thank you all so much again for taking time out of your busy lives to stop by. As always, whether you subscribe or you're a one and done, the fact that you stopped by and visited at all is something I greatly appreciate. So take care, and I will see you on the next one.